Hello students, welcome to the class. In the previous class, we were discussing the NCERT exemplar type 1 questions. We'll continue with it. We'll observe with the 14th question. Which of the following statements is false? We need to identify which statement is a false statement here. If we observe the options, the first option, two different solutions of sucrose of same molality prepared in different solvents will have the same depression in freezing point. If we observe, the information says, so the different solutions of sucrose of same molality, that is number of moles of solute present in kg of solvent is same, but the solvent is different. As a result of this, they will have same depression in freezing point. So if we observe this, so solvent nature will be different. Hence, as though the solute is same, so its molality is same, so we cannot express or we cannot expect the same depression in freezing point. So hence, so option 1 is not correct. And if we observe the other options, the osmotic pressure of a solution is given by equation pi is equal to CRT, where C is the molarity of the solution. We know that it is a true statement. Decreasing order of osmotic pressure for 0.01 molar aqueous solution of barium chloride, potassium chloride, acetic acid, and sucrose is. So here little order is misplaced. Actually, for BaCl2, if we take the Van 't Hoff factor I, so it is Ba plus 2 and 2Cl minus, and Van 't Hoff factor is 3. So for KCl, K plus ion, Cl minus ion, Van 't Hoff factor is 2. For acetic acid, it will undergo dimerization. So 2 moles of acetic acid will dimerize in a solution, and association of the solute in solution. So Van 't Hoff factor for acetic acid is 0.5. And for sucrose, sucrose will not undergo any dissociation or association, since its Van 't Hoff factor is 1. So here it has to be sucrose first, followed by acetic acid, maybe a typing error. So this is also a true statement. If we observe the last one, according to Raoult's law, the vapor pressure exerted by a volatile component of a solution is directly proportional to its mole fraction in the solution. So that is P is directly proportional to mole fraction. Now this is the true information according to Raoult's law, and the statement is true. If we observe, so except option 1, remaining all are true statements. So hence, so the correct option for the answer is, so it is option 1. So this is the right answer for the given question. Now we'll observe with the next question. The values of Van 't Hoff factors for KCl, NaCl, and K2SO4 respectively are. Now if we observe, so if it is KCl, so Van 't Hoff factor for that is, so it is K plus ion and the Cl minus ion. The dissociation factor I is equal to number of dissociated ions 2 divided by, so 1, so I is equal to 2. Then if we take NaCl, NaCl will split into Na plus and Cl minus. Hence, the Van 't Hoff factor I is equal to 2 by 1, which is equal to 2. Then, so for potassium sulfate, it is K2SO4. So it is 2 K plus and 1 sulfate ion. Hence, the Van 't Hoff factor I is equal to number of dissociated ions divided by number of molecules present before dissociation. So it is 1. So the Van 't Hoff factor is 3. If we observe from the given option, so KCl it is 2, then NaCl it is 2, and for K2SO4 it is 3. Hence, the right answer is, so 2, 2 and 3, it is option 2 is The right answer is the second option. It is 2 comma 2 comma 3. So KCl2, NaCl2, and K2SO4 2. Okay, now we'll observe with the next question, the 16th question. Which of the following statements is false? The given options are: units of atmospheric pressure and osmotic pressure are same. Now, as both are related with pressure terms, the unit used for pressure is same. Hence, this is a true statement. In reverse osmosis, solvent molecules moves through a semi-permeable membrane from a region of lower concentration of solute to a region of higher concentration. So we know that in the normal process of osmosis, so movement of solvent molecules takes place from a region of the higher concentration to lower concentration. Whereas in the case of reverse osmosis, solvent molecules moves through a semi-permeable membrane from a region of its lower concentration of solute. It is not. So from its higher concentration of solute to lower concentration. So hence it is with respect to solute, you think here lower concentration of solute means so solvent is more here. Solvent is in higher concentration to a region of higher concentration here with respect to solvent. The solvent is low here. The solvent is moving from its higher concentration to lower concentration is the meaning of lower concentration of solute to a region of higher concentration. And this explains a normal osmosis process, not for reverse osmosis. Hence, so this statement is a false statement. I will try to identify the other options also. From option 3, the value of molar depression constant depends on nature of solvent. So we know that the colligative properties will depend only on the number of moles of solute, but not on the nature of solute. But it do depend on the nature of solvent. So hence, so molar depression constant depends on the nature of solvent. We have seen in the previous one of the question also. So the sucrose prepared in two different solutions, so of same molality. That question you can recall. Nature of solvent is important for molar depression constant. So that value Kf differs for each solvent. Hence, it is a true statement. Relative lowering of vapor pressure is a dimensionless quantity. We know that relative lowering of vapor pressure is P naught minus P divided by P naught is equal to N2 divided by N1 plus N2. For very dilute solution, we are assuming N2 as negligible, N2 by N1. Now, both in numerator and denominator, it is expressed in moles. Moles cancel with each other, and it is a unitless quantity or dimensionless quantity. Again, so this statement is a true statement. So from the observation, it is clear that so the only false statement, so from the given 4 option is option 2 is the correct answer for the question. So it is option. Let me observe the next question. Value of Henry's constant Kh increases with increase in temperature, decreases with increase in temperature, remains constant, first increases, then decreases. Now, with respect to temperature, they are relating here. So you can recall, we know that from Henry's law, P is equal to Kh mole fraction. If you observe, P is equal to Kh mole fraction. So Kh is directly proportional to pressure. As we know, increase in temperature will increases the vapor pressure or the partial pressure of the gas. So as a result of that, so KH is directly proportional. So hence increases with increase in temperature. So is the right option. So remaining it is not correct. The correct option for the question is, that is option 1. If we observe the next question, related to the Henry's law constant again, the values of Henry's constant KH is greater for gases with higher solubility, greater for gases with lower solubility, constant for all gases, not related to solubility of the gases. Again, you can recall the equation P is equal to KH mole fraction. We observe the KH and solubility relationship. So KH is inversely related to solubility. As they are on the same side, solubility if you send here, so it will be in the denominator, and the relationship between the KH and solubility is, so it is inversely related. Now, if you observe, so KH value will be more greater for the gases with higher solubility or lower solubility. If we observe, as it is the inverse relationship, so if the solubility is low, KH value will be high. So hence, so it will be greater for gases with higher solubility, greater for gases with lower solubility. If you observe, so it is the second one is the right option. So it will be, if the solubility is low, the KH value will be greater. Hence, the correct answer for the 18th question is option 2. Now, if you observe our next question, consider the figure 2.1 and mark the correct option. Now, before going to the option, we'll observe here very clearly about the diagram. So piston A, piston B, so which is separated by SPM, semi-permeable membrane. There is a printing error. So in the column A, we have fresh water. In the column B, we have concentrated sodium chloride solution in water. Now we can call fresh water as pure solvent, and the concentrated sodium chloride solution in water as a solution. So as it is a solution, solvent will be always high, but in compared with pure solvent column, solvent will be less in concentrated NaCl solution. With this observation, we'll go with the options now. Water will move from side A to side B if pressure lower than the osmotic pressure is applied on piston B. Vapors, that is water, will move from side A to side B if a pressure lower than the osmotic pressure is applied on piston B. So if the pressure is low than the osmotic pressure, then the normal osmosis takes place. Solvent moves from the fresh water to the concentrated solution, as fresh water contains more solvent when compared to concentrated NaCl solution in water. The solvent moves from column A to B if the pressure applied on piston B is less than osmotic pressure. What happens if pi greater than, that is pressure applied, external pressure applied is greater than the osmotic pressure? If you observe this, so the reverse osmosis takes place. But we are looking into the option, if you observe here, so option B here, if a pressure greater than osmotic pressure, if it is observed. So if you recall all these diagram with the supportive information, it's very clear. Water will move from side A to side B if pressure lower than the osmotic pressure is applied on piston B. And the correct option is option A. That is, first option is the correct option. We'll move with the next question. We have three aqueous solutions of NaCl labeled as A, B, and C. All are aqueous NaCl solution whose concentrations are 0.1 molar, 0.01 molar, and 0.001 molar respectively. The value of Van 't Hoff factor I for these solution is. Now, as we know that Van 't Hoff factor for NaCl is, as it dissociated into Na plus and Cl minus ion, so I will be 2 by 1, which is equal to 2. So irrespective of any concentration, it is either 0.1, 0.01 or 0.001. So as NaCl is a strong electrolyte, so it immediately dissociate into Na plus and Cl minus ion with any of its concentration. Hence, I value for all will be same, that is equal to 2. So hence the correct option is Ia is equal to Ib is equal to Ic. If we observe the next question, on the basis of information given below, mark the correct option. The information given is, in bromoethane and chloroethane, mixture of intermolecular interactions AA and BB type are nearly same as AB type interaction. So that means solute-solvent interaction is same as that of solute-solute, solvent-solvent. So it explains that it is an ideal solution. So information B explains, in ethanol and acetone mixture, AA or BB interaction, solute-solute or solvent-solvent interaction, or stronger than solute-solvent interaction. That refers to solute-solvent interaction is weaker than this. So explains that it is a positive deviation showing solution. You can look into the information very clearly. So this interaction is stronger than AB type means AB is weaker than AA and BB type. So in the third option, that is information C, in chloroform and acetone mixture, AA or BB type of intermolecular interactions are weaker than AB type of interaction. That means AB type of interactions are stronger. So it explains negative deviation. Now, based on these three information, we'll look into the options now. Solution B and C will follow Raoult's law. So the information is not correct. It will not follow Raoult's law because they are showing positive and negative deviation from Raoult's law, hence it is not correct. Solution A will follow Raoult's law. That is correct. So as it is obeying the Raoult's law, it is an ideal solution. So hence the AB interactions are same as it of AA and BB type. Next, solution B will show negative deviation from Raoult's law. No, solution B will show positive deviation from Raoult's law. Solution C will show positive deviation from Raoult's law. Again, it is not correct. It shows negative deviation from Raoult's law. So hence, from the given options, so option 2 is correct regarding the ideal solution. So hence, answer for the right question is this option